go. You're getting all wrapped up. So this baby is about 5 minutes old. Yeah, welcome to the world, little one. And the lights just went out. And there's no more light here in the hospital.
Every day in the world, roughly 800 women die giving birth. Most of these deaths occur in poor countries where access to the most basic necessities is scarce. In Africa, the chances of a woman dying during childbirth are 1 in 39, compared to the United States, where approximately 18.5 women die for every 100,000 births. In 2008, Dr. Laura Stachel traveled to Nigeria to find answers about maternal mortality and how it could be lowered.
I was invited as an obstetrician to go and observe what was happening inside the delivery rooms and inside the hospitals in northern Nigeria as a way to work with Nigerian doctors and researchers on ways to approach maternal mortality and lower the very high rates of maternal death there.
She found many state hospitals were running without reliable electricity.
The lack of electricity meant that at night there might be no light whatsoever, and the only available light could be candles, or it could be a flashlight, or it could be a kerosene lantern. But it wasn't adequate light to illuminate a whole room. And so if a woman came in with complications, it was very challenging for the nurses to be able to identify exactly what was going on. One of the stories that I heard from a midwife in Nigeria was absolutely heartbreaking. She was caring for a woman who had a very complicated delivery. After hours, the woman was able to deliver a baby, and the woman ran out to tell the family that there had been a successful delivery, and she was beaming and so excited.
I cleaned her and covered her.
And as she took care of the baby and washed it, she was using her flashlight. She then turned her flashlight towards the mother.
I came back to see how the mother is doing.
And realized that the mother was in a pool of blood.
That's when I realized the woman is dead already. And from there, I noticed her clothes soaked. Everywhere was blood. She bled and she died.
I think it's unconscionable that women like this midwife have to face conditions where they have to choose which one of their patients they can see in a room, where they're not able to provide the care that they're trained to provide.
It's really horrible, because more especially we are dealing with taking deliveries, that you must have to have a good light for you to perform your function normally. When there is no light, anything can happen, because you are dealing with two lives. So you have to be extra careful whatever you are doing. A patient may get a tear, the baby can come out at any time. If it is dark, you cannot control all those things. So the light is very important for you to visibly see what we are doing and help where necessary.
Dr. Stachel contacted her husband, Hal Aronson, who has a solar energy background. Together, they came up with an idea to bring power to this hospital.
Because of my husband's skill in solar electricity, he immediately saw a solution. And he said, Laura, when you get back from Nigeria, let me help you. Let's design a solar electric system for the hospital. Let's find whether our friends and families can contribute, and let's donate a solar electric system to the hospital. And so Hal designed a small kit that was small enough that I could pack it in my suitcase and actually fly to Nigeria and show my colleagues some of the equipment that we intended to use in the larger system. The small kit included a solar panel, It had what's called a charge controller, which regulates the amount of electricity flowing from the panel to a battery. And it also had LED lights, headlamps, and at that time walkie-talkies to try and improve communication, because we knew that communication delays were also contributing to maternal deaths. When I unpacked my suitcase and showed the doctors and the nurses in the hospital what solar was about, people really marveled at this. And there was one surgical nurse in particular, Aminu, who said, "Please leave this with us." And I said, "No, this is actually just a demonstration kit. You're going to get a much larger system as soon as we finish raising the money, and we'll come back in a few months and do the installation." And he said, "You don't understand. This could help us save lives right now." And so we ended up leaving that small demonstration kit, and we came back later and did a larger installation. At the time that I came back to the hospital, I only had the expectation of helping the large hospital, finishing the installation. We had a ribbon cutting ceremony with the Minister of Health from the Kaduna state. And then what happened was health workers in the hospital started bringing me to outlying clinics where rumor had spread about the solar electric system in the large hospital. And clinicians would look at me and say, "Why are you only helping the big hospital? We're in the dark too. Can't you help us?" And so it occurred to Hal and I that perhaps that demonstration kit that we had used for the large hospital could be modified to become a small kit that I could bring back to clinics each time I returned.
The portable solar suitcase was born.
Is the light at a good position?
Yes.
Okay.
The lips.
And color.
Yes. Yonder, that is inspired.
Yeah. She's breathing on her own. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Still needs to be.
Yeah.
So this is an amazing time for We Care Solar and Safe Mother, Safe Babies. Jackie, what are your thoughts?
Amazing solar suitcase. Look at this light. How hard would it be to do this in complete darkness with flashlight?
Today, the solar suitcase is manufactured by Morgan Royce Industries in Fremont, California.
Welcome to Morgan Royce Industries. We have the pleasure of assembling the We Care Solar suitcase. We spend maybe 3 to 4 months planning the materials and acquisition of all the materials to be received at Morgan Royce. We then kit these units to the floor with a complete document control package for planning and execution.
The solar suitcase that we currently have is one that was designed after many, many iterations. We took feedback from healthcare workers who were using these small kits that Hal and other volunteers had designed and tried to see what was working, what was problematic, what was easy to use, and what was difficult to use. And we incorporated all of that information into the current design. So the current design has a case that not only is used to transport the suitcase, but it also becomes a cabinet that fixes on the wall and helps the solar suitcase to become a permanent system. I never imagined what the journey was going to look like when we embarked upon this journey several years ago. Initially, we wanted to help one hospital, and then several clinics, and then several more clinics. We have already sent out more than 1,000 solar suitcases to health facilities around the world, and we anticipate that we'll be sending thousands more in the years to come. And even though there's been tremendous sacrifices, and I probably have a life that not many people would want to have in terms of all the hours that we work, I probably work just about every day of the week and have really forced my family to make quite a few sacrifices in order to accommodate a mother who's pretty busy all of the time. It's given me a real purpose in life. It's allowed me to meet incredible people, from people at the United Nations and the head of World Health Organization to the most incredible midwives working in a clinic that takes 11 hours to drive to, or takes me getting on a canoe trip and then walking for an hour. Wonderful people who I never would have had an opportunity to meet. And the fact that through We Care Solar, we get to give people the gift of light, which actually becomes the gift of life, is an absolute honor. I feel honored to meet these people.
Asi zviri mumoyo Jehova vanozviziva unonyengera moyo unonyengera Ndiani angauzive moyo unonyengera Hallelujah Ndiani angauzive.
Today is the happiest day in my life for this night.
Really?
The happiest day in my life.
Tell me why.
The light.
Why is it making you so happy?
Because today we are free from darkness.
So in front of the whole world, I want to tell everybody that I really credit you with the reason that we have solar suitcases in 15 countries. 15 countries now.
That's fantastic.
Because you convinced me that it was going to be used, and nothing could be more important
Yeah, of course.
than helping patients.